Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the dragon. So welcome back all my dragon friends. How are we doing this week? Hope you're doing all right, but we'll find out, won't we, as we shuffle these cards up and we start to unravel the mysteries of what is happening with you guys. I have also started to put out the predictions for the year of the snake, so make sure you've hit that subscribe button so you don't miss yours. It will be coming out at some point this week, so if you want to know what this year has in store for you, then check that out, because the Chinese Zodiac New Year, the Chinese New Year, which will change that year from dragon to snake, is now approaching very quickly. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that. It's been almost a year, or yeah, pretty much a year. You'd think I would have got better at shuffling by now. But as I've said before, I do this with my eyes closed. So let's stop about there. I'm going to take that one from the bottom. We'll take that one from the middle. We'll take that one from the top. What have we got? It's okay. Doesn't look necessarily the best in the hands that we've had, does it? Those three negatives coming into play. And I'm going to say this same old story. Black isn't always an attack. White isn't always all right. But when you've got three negatives, it's hard to be optimistic, isn't it? But these could all be very compatible cards. So it might surprise us. Should we find out? And behind door number one is a catalyst. Something's happened. Something that you may or may not have seen coming, but it's definitely approached now, and it's here and it's staying. Yeah, something's changed. Something's switched. Something's definitely caught up with you almost, because let's not forget that that pig is a slow change. And by the time it's happened, and by the time it's all kind of in effect, you can't do anything about it, really. It's kind of ingrained, it's integrated and ingrained itself into the furniture. And it's done it so slowly that nobody actually noticed what was going on. It's not like the sheep that comes in and abruptly smashes the furniture up, or the rabbit that comes in so quickly that it's a part of that furniture before you've even realized that you've got furniture. You know, it is the furniture. 1 minute there's no furniture, rabbit comes in, and then there is furniture. It's just there. Whereas the pig is different. Starts at the door, creeps its way in. You kind of notice it, you don't pay it any mind, and then before you know it, it's not left. It's still here. Still working away, still integrating, still changing things. And now that change has started to take effect. That change is now starting to become obvious. But the pig and the dragon, they do have a good relationship because they're both very honest signs. And that works well in a relationship or a partnership when it comes to people. If two people can be honest, then they're going to get on better. The pig and the dragon, just like that. I think potentially you're not being honest with yourself. You keep saying these things to yourself. You keep telling yourself things. You keep trying to convince yourself of things, but you're just not being honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself, my dragon friends. And this could have something to do with the value of commitment or the value of partnership. This could even be something that you believe in, something that is worth a lot to you. And now these changes have started to affect you because they're affecting that. Or it's starting to hinder that or get in the way of that. And that's not going to do at all. You want to take a step back from this, I think. That's what you want to do. You want to take a step back because you believe that if you can distance yourself between you in it, it might actually make you feel better. But I don't think that is going to be the case. That tiger card is on the prowl. We've got that black emotional card coming in there. That tiger is an emotional card. So we're looking at something that may be affecting you in a romantic sense, a relationship sense, a emotional sense, something that is dear to your heart, something that is close to you or you see as it has very high value to you. Very, very high sentimental value. You're very protective of this. But since this change, you don't know if it's even yours anymore. You don't even know where it is. It's almost like you've put it down somewhere and you've gotten up and you can't remember exactly where you've put it. But you know it's somewhere. You didn't lose it out in town. You lost it in the car. So it is still in your possession. It's just, it's not on your person. Like I say, this could have a lot of emotional things to it, like aspects to it. A lot of things to do with romantic ties or relationship ties. And I think communication is the biggest issue here. Or the lack thereof of communication. That tiger is, of course, a communicating card. It's from the talker triangle. But no talking is being done. That's the problem. It's almost like you've shut down. This catalyst is almost, or this change, this phase of phasing in and phasing out of different things. This switch that has happened, you've gone from believing in something and you wanting it to work and you're committed to it and you're dedicated. And then something's happened. And now that change is making you question all of that. It's almost like you're shutting down and going into self-preservation mode. Because if you do that, you believe, like I say, if you distance yourself, you believe that you can save yourself from the hassle. But I honestly do not think that's the case. I mean, dragons and tigers, they get on okay. It's like the compatibility between the pig and the dragon. That's okay. The compatibility here is okay. So it's not necessarily something to, really bad to worry about, but it is something that is affecting you. And I would say very emotionally. It's almost like it's giving you this writer's block. It's giving you this stunted moment where you can't seem to move on. You can't seem to get past it. You can't seem to figure it out. And that's a shame, because tigers and dragon, that's power and speed. But there's neither of that going on at the moment. It's almost like there is something that you need to resolve. There's something that you need resolution on. And it's got something to do with commitment. It's got something to do with emotional attachments. That's what that is. And oh, shit. Things just aren't getting any better. There's that black dog. That black dog coming in. That's the worst card you can get for a dragon. That is conflict. That is arguments. That is war. That is a battle cry. And there's not really a lot you can do about this. You can't change this. You can't get out of this. You can't do anything to resolve this right now. You're kind of stuck. And communication is the problem. That's the biggest problem right now. Because the dragon and the dog, their biggest conflict, as I say, they're on the conflict line. Their biggest conflict comes down to the lack of communication and comprehension of each other. That's the problem. And right now, I think that you don't feel supported. You don't feel listened to or heard. You don't feel as if you mean a lot. It's almost like you feel as if you're second best, or if not lower than that in the hierarchy of life. You don't feel valued or appreciated. And that may be down to those that are closest to you. Friends, marriage person, well, husband or wife, I think is the correct term there. But a marital partner, something like this, someone that's close to you, brother, sister, or family member, somebody that is close to you. Somebody, because when I say an emotional attachment, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic. An emotional attachment can be anybody that you care for deeply, somebody that you hold close to you. And maybe they don't believe in you, or you feel like they don't believe in you. You feel like they aren't. Maybe it's them that's not committing to you that is the problem. And because of that, you just think, well, I'm maybe you've got to the point where you're like, I'm not going to beat this drum anymore. I've been banging this drum enough. And nobody wants to dance to the beat. So what is the point? Well, maybe you're not supposed to play the drum. Maybe give it up. Or practice more and see how it finds out. Either way, it's your decision to make. And you need to remember that, dragon people. It's your decision to make. Whether you want to carry on beating that drum or you want to give it up, make sure you make that decision for you. Don't be influenced because you don't have a crowd or you don't have an audience. Don't be put off because you didn't get the result that you wanted or expected or thought was going to happen and predicted. Do not let that influence you. You need to do things because you love them, because you're passionate about them, because you believe in it, because you want to, be a part of that and make that work. Don't do it to please people. Don't do it because you think it will please people. Don't do it because you think that it's going to be what other people want. You need to want it. It needs to be for you. It's the only way you're going to get through this. But as I say, there's a lot of conflict on the cards for you here. There's a lot of miscommunication. Right now, people are going to misunderstand you. Right now, no matter how hard you try to explain, no matter how hard you try to, get your point across, people are going to read you wrong. It's sad, but it's true. It's going to be hard, but it is what it is. You need to rise above it. Remember who you are, dragons, okay? You are a dragon. The most mythical, magnificent, strength and powerful and just damn right badass of the whole Chinese Zodiac. Just remember that, okay? And we'll see how you get on with that next week as we come and do another reading for you. I'll try that again. We'll see how you get on with that next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the dragon. I will be in a reading next for those born in the year of the snake, so make sure you tune in for that if you are interested in what those guys are up to. If not, I'll see you in a video for you guys next time. But don't forget, I will be doing those snake predictions this week as well, so make sure you keep an eye, or the year of the snake predictions, so make sure you keep an eye out for your one as the week goes on. If you would, however, like a more in-depth and personal reading, you can also find in the description below the link to a Patreon where there is a lot of different readings that you can pick from, and that will give you monthly readings personalized for you. And they're a lot more in-depth and a lot better, a lot longer, etc., etc. So if you are interested, check that out. If not, no worries. I'll just see you next week. Love and peace.